Welcome back to Numistrade today. We are diving deep into one of the most surprising modern coins in circulation, the 1989 P. Jefferson 5-cent nickel from the United States of America. This is not an ancient coin from the 1800s. This is not gold or silver. This is a modern nickel that many people alive today have personally handled. And yet, under the right conditions, this small coin has reached an astonishing value in the collector's market. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could change the way you look at every nickel in your pocket. The history behind the Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The design features the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse side. On the reverse, you'll find his historic Virginia home, Monticello. By 1989, the Jefferson nickel had already been in production for over 50 years. It was a familiar coin, trusted, common, and widely circulated. But what makes the 1989 P Mint mark version special? Understanding the 1989 P Mint mark. The P Mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Interestingly, before 1980, Philadelphia coins often did not carry a mint mark. But by 1989, the P was clearly stamped on the coin, located to the right of Jefferson's portrait. Millions of 1989 P nickels were produced. At first glance, there seems to be nothing rare about them. They are composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, no precious metals. No silver. No gold. So why are collectors paying attention? Condition is everything in coin collecting. Condition is king. A coin that has been heavily circulated, scratched, worn, and faded is usually worth only face value. But coins that remain in pristine, mint state condition are a completely different story. When we talk about mint state coins, we are referring to coins that show no signs of circulation. They retain their original luster, sharp details, and flawless surfaces. Professional grading services evaluate coins using a scale from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. For the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel, the difference between a circulated coin and a high-grade mint state example can mean the difference between 5 cents and thousands of dollars. What makes a high-grade 1989 P nickel special? Some 1989 P nickels were struck with exceptionally sharp details. Strong strikes reveal crisp lines in Jefferson's hair, clear lettering, and sharp steps on Monticello. Collectors pay very close attention to the full steps designation. On the reverse of the coin, Monticello has a set of steps at its base. If those steps are fully visible and clearly separated, the coin may receive a full steps designation from grading companies. This detail significantly increases the coin's value. Why? Because achieving perfectly struck full steps on a Jefferson nickel is surprisingly difficult. Many coins show weak or incomplete steps due to minor imperfections during the minting process. The combination of a flawless surface, strong strike, and full steps makes certain 1989 P nickels extremely rare in top condition. Errors and varieties. Another factor that increases value is minting errors. Collectors are always searching for unusual features such as off-center strikes, double dice, clipped planchets, die cracks, strike-through errors. Although most 1989 P nickels are normal, a small number may exhibit dramatic mint errors. These mistakes occur during production at the mint and cannot be replicated. Because of their uniqueness, error coins often command strong prices. The market demand. Modern coins can sometimes surprise collectors. While older coins are often rare because of age, modern coins can be rare because very few survive in perfect condition. In 1989, people were not carefully saving nickels in protective holders. Most coins went directly into circulation. As a result, finding one today in flawless condition is incredibly difficult. When a coin grading company certifies a 1989 P. Jefferson nickel at the very top of the grading scale with full steps, it becomes a trophy piece for serious collectors. These collectors compete fiercely in auctions, driving prices higher and higher. Auction spotlight. Over the years, certain high-grade examples of the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel have shocked the coin community. What once seemed like a common 5-cent coin turned into a collector's dream. Imagine attending a coin auction. The room is filled with experienced collectors and investors. A small slabbed nickel is presented, graded at the highest level, blazing with original mint luster, flawless surfaces, and razor-sharp full steps. Bidding begins modestly. Then it climbs. Then it surges. Collectors recognize how few examples exist in such elite condition. The price continues rising until the final hammer falls, and that is when a simple 1989 P. Jefferson 5-cent nickel reached an incredible value of $46,248. Why condition matters so much? Many people wonder how a coin without silver or gold can be worth so much. The answer lies in rarity. At the top grade, even though millions were made, only a tiny fraction survived in near-perfect condition. Coins in everyday circulation experience contact marks, bag marks, scratches, and dulling. Achieving a perfect grade decades later is extremely rare. Collectors who build registry sets aim to own the finest known examples of every date and mint mark. When population reports show that only 1 or 2 coins exist at the highest grade, competition becomes intense. How to check your 1989 P nickel? If you want to examine your own coin, here are a few things to look for. First, check for the P mint mark next to Jefferson's portrait. Second, inspect the overall condition. Is the coin shiny with no visible wear? Are the details sharp? Third, look closely at the steps on Monticello. Use magnification if possible. Are the steps clearly separated and fully defined? Fourth, examine the coin under good lighting for any unusual errors or doubling. If your coin appears exceptional, consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service. Proper authentication and grading are essential for achieving top market value. Modern coins can be hidden treasures. Many collectors focus only on old silver coins or rare gold pieces. But modern coins can also hold surprising value. The 1989 P. Jefferson nickel proves that rarity is not always about age or metal content. Sometimes, it is about perfection. Think about how many nickels pass through hands every day. Cash registers, vending machines, coin jars, and pockets across the country. Somewhere out there, a nearly perfect 1989 P nickel could still be hiding in plain sight. We're diving deep into one specific coin that has quietly captured the attention of collectors across the country, the 1982 P. Jefferson 5-cent nickel from the United States of America. At first glance, it looks ordinary. But once you understand its history, mint mark, condition, and rare characteristics, you'll realize this coin can be far more than just spare change. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might look at every 1982 nickel in a completely different way. History of the Jefferson and Ezekiel. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American coinage since 1938. It replaced the Buffalo nickel and introduced a new portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers and the third president of the United States. The design was created by Felix Schlag. On the front, you see the profile of Jefferson. On the back, you see Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. Over the decades, the design has seen small changes, but the core identity has remained strong. The 5-cent coin has always represented stability, tradition, and American history. But what makes the 1982 P version special? The year 1982, a transitional period. The year 1982 was interesting in U.S. coin production. While pennies were going through major composition changes that year, nickels remained composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, the same alloy used since World War II. Adjustments ended, however. What makes 1982 stand out is the quality differences found in certain coins, the minting details, and the presence of high-grade examples that are extremely difficult to find today. And that little P mint mark? That's important. What does the P mint mark mean? The P mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint. For many years, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark on nickels. But by 1980, the P mint mark began appearing regularly. So when you see a 1982 nickel with a small p on the obverse side, to the right of Jefferson's portrait, you know it was struck in Philadelphia. Millions were produced. But here's the key: not all coins survive in high condition, and condition is everything. Design details of the 1982 P. Jefferson nickel. Let's take a closer look. On the obverse, portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the word LIBRTY. The year 1982, the P mint mark in the reverse. Monticello building, the inscription Z pluribus unum United States of America 5 CNTS. It may look simple, but collectors examine every detail: the sharpness of Jefferson's hair, the clarity of Monticello's steps, the visibility of the columns, the strength of the strike. Even the smallest weakness can reduce value. Why most 1982 P nickels are common? Now let's be honest, most 1982 P nickels are common. They were heavily circulated. They were used daily in vending machines, grocery stores, and pocket change. Many were scratched, many were worn down, many lost their original shine. In circulated condition, they're usually worth face value. But here's where things change: the importance of condition. Mint state grads collectors use grading scales from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. A mint state coin, often labeled MS, means the coin has never been in circulation. An MS-60 coin might have small marks. An MS-65 coin has strong luster and fewer imperfections. An MS-67 or higher? That's elite territory, and when we talk about a 1982 P. Jefferson nickel graded at the very top levels, especially with full details and exceptional strike quality, that's when collectors start paying attention. Full steps. The key detail. One of the most important factors for Jefferson nickels is something called full steps. On the reverse side, Monticello has steps at the base. On many coins, these steps are weak or blended together due to striking pressure, but on rare, well-struck coins, you can clearly see 5 or even 6 full steps separated cleanly. These are called full steps nickels. And they are much harder to find than regular strikes. A 1982 P nickel with full steps in high mint state grade becomes significantly more desirable. Why high grade 1982 P nickels are rare? Even though millions were minted in Philadelphia, few were preserved in pristine condition. Think about it. In 1982, people weren't carefully saving brand new nickels for the future. Most went straight into circulation. Coins that survive in near-perfect condition today often come from original mint rolls, carefully stored collections, proof like preservation. But even mint rolls don't guarantee perfection. Coins rub against each other during storage, causing small marks. Finding a nearly flawless 1982 P nickel decades later is not easy, and that's what drives serious value. Errors in VRITIS. Another factor that can increase value is mint errors. Collectors look for off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, struck through errors, planchet flaws. While not every 1982 P nickel has errors, rare examples with noticeable mint mistakes can command strong interest in auctions, but the real superstar remains the top grade, full steps example. The power of professional grading. When a coin is professionally graded by a major service, it gains credibility in the collector market. Grading services examine its surface preservation, luster, strike quality, eye appeal, authenticity. Once sealed in a protective holder with an official grade, buyers feel confident paying premium prices. And when a coin reaches the highest certified grades known for that year and mint mark, collectors compete fiercely. Why collectors love modern high-grade coins. Some people think only old coins from the 1800s are valuable, but modern coins in extraordinary condition can be even rarer in top grades than older coins that were carefully saved. The 1982 P. Jefferson nickel represents this idea perfectly. It's modern enough to seem common, but rare enough in perfect condition to be extraordinary. That contrast creates excitement. Auction moments that surprise collectors. Imagine a simple 5-cent coin placed on an auction block. Bidders watch closely. They know the population numbers, they know how few exist in that grade. The bidding starts, it climbs, it continues rising, and suddenly, a coin that once bought a piece of candy decades ago becomes a headline sale. That's the magic of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. How to check your 1982 P nickel. Here's what you should do. First, look for the year 1982. Second, confirm the P mint mark. Third, examine the condition under bright light. Fourth, inspect the Monticello steps. Carefully ask yourself, are the steps fully separated? Is the surface free of scratches? Does it still shine? Are Jefferson's features sharp? If it looks unusually clean and crisp, it may be worth professional grading. Storage tips. If you believe you found a high-quality example, do not clean it. Avoid touching the surfaces with bare fingers. Store it in a protective holder. Cleaning a coin can instantly reduce its value. Original surfaces are always preferred by collectors. The value story. Now, let's talk about the moment everyone waits for: value. Most 1982 P nickels are worth face value in circulated condition, but in the absolute highest certified grade with full steps designation. One remarkable example reached an auction price that shocked many collectors. That tiny 5-cent coin achieved a value of $34,248. Yes, from 5 cents to a life-changing amount. That's the power of condition, rarity, and collector demand. Outro. Check your CHNG the next time you receive change at a store. Don't ignore those nickels. History could be hiding in plain sight. The 1982 P. Jefferson nickel proves that even modern coins can hold extraordinary surprises. Search your coin jars, check old rolls, look carefully at every detail, because sometimes the smallest coins tell the biggest stories, and who knows, the next valuable discovery might already be sitting in your pocket right now.